Moshe Rabenu was וכבד וכבד לשון. In the Medrsh says that he burned his tongue and his lips. When Paro was sitting in front of the Sorim and the Yoyatzim, Moshe Rabenu was a little baby and he was sitting on Paro's lap. Moshe Rabenu pulled down the crown of Paro and put it on his head. Bilam said right away, "This means that he is going to dethrone you." And he was 100% right. Bilam was a Novi for the Umas Ha'olam. Paro got very nervous. Bilam says, "Destroy him before he destroys you." Vriel HaMalach went inside of one of the Sorim and he said, "No, do not destroy him. He's a little baby. Let's test him. Bring hot burning coals and jewelry and see what he chooses. If he takes the jewelry, you're right. If he chooses the glowing coils, Bilam is disproven." He brought in front of Moshe the coils and the jewelry, and of course Moshe Rabbeinu went to the jewelry. The Malach went and pushed his hand, touched the kacheles. He put his finger in his mouth and he burned his tongue and his lips. Moshe was saved, but his speech wasn't. Rashi HaKodesh was sitting with his grandson, a little baby, Yankov Tam, the brother of the Rashbam. The small Rabbeinu Tam pushed off Rashi's tefillin shel Rosh. To that Rashi says, "I think that you are going to be the one that's going to argue with my tefillin." V'kachabe, Rabbeinu Tam argues with Rashi's tefillin. But the question remains, why did Moshe Rabbeinu have to go through all this ordeal and become a Baal Mum? To that, the Shachal HaTorah, Talmud of the Arizal, says that Moshe Rabbeinu had one small pegam. When he was saved by Bisyo and he refused to drink milk from the Goyim, what do you do if a baby doesn't drink? You force him. You put a little bit drops of milk in his lips, and with that, he'll continue drinking to open up his appetite. Moshe Rabbeinu even then refused, but those drops of milk stood in his lips and a little bit on his tongue, and for that, he had to kosher his lips and his tongues by burning hot coals. This is Al Pi Sod. But Al Pi Pshat, Moshe Rabbeinu, the one who gave us the Torah, cannot come from a speaker, an orator, somebody who knows how to convince people. He was just the opposite. But Peh und Chvad Loshon, to show you the Torah's emes. The reason why we makabel the Torah is not because Moshe was a great speaker. That's not the reason. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu had to be וכבד פה וכבד לשון to prove the Kabbalah's Torah was Torah's emes. It's a third reason. Yosef said, one of the Simonim, who is Mashiach, who is going to be the Goel, the one who is going to say, Pokod Pokadeti. Moshe Rabbeinu was not able to pronounce the P that comes from the lips. When he said Pokod Pokadeti, they knew this is Min HaShomayim.